Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for July the 29th through August 4th, 2013. And so let's see what messages the angels have for us for this week and what's in the energy of the week. And to look at the cards, we have the Archangel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and the Healing with the Angels Oracle card deck, which I believe was her first deck. And so just tuning in to see what energies, what's coming up for us this week. And it's really nice over the last few weeks, just starting to really see a support team, our heavenly support team that's around us. And it feels like they are really gathering to give us more assistance. So I get a feeling that this is your angels, your soul group, who is surrounding you and really trying to connect with you and give you extra support this time, as they're showing me that this time still is we're dealing with some vulnerability still. It's very interesting. I know for me, the last week, I got a lot of information from higher consciousness. We had that card last week with the fairies, and I remember they were talking about with that full moon coming, that some new insights and things would be coming up for us. And I received a lot of information. But the thing was very important about how we deal with everything that's coming up. To not look at it as, we're being dragged backwards again or dragged down by these things that we've been cycling. But this is a truly, in order for us, you got to understand, for us to be moving forward and ascending into a new level of consciousness, we really now have to be willing to let go of all of that. And the universe is very much aware of how much you need assistance right now. And so the only thing that can help you is, instead of being in resistance to your resistance, to shift out and of that state of awareness and shift into a state of allowing. Nothing is going to happen as long as you're locking horns with yourself or the world. And truly, even though things may seem like it's other people are interfering or blocking you, but this is only a reflection of what is going on with you inside. So every relationship is a reflection of what we are not looking at or unable to see. And so we first bless everyone in every situation, because they are giving us feedback and information to help us, the indicators where we need to give our attention and or how we're giving our attention, so that we can redirect our attention to what it is that we vibrationally really want to create and what we really want to experience. And so when we keep having to see that the things keep coming back up for us again, it's because somehow we are not paying attention to the fact that we're focused on this some way, vibrationally, energetically, which is causing it to increase or to cycle or reappear, to come up again. And so this time is very important, because we are ready. Whether it doesn't feel like this to you or not, we're all ready to be done with this old paradigm. We're ready to be done with fear and our ego ruling the day. And we're all ready, and the universe knows this, that we're all ready, even if you don't know, to step into your truth, into your power, and to claim the love frequency, and higher conscious states so that we can all assume our natural roles in this lifetime, and one of peace. So let's just take a look and see. So just know there's a lot of support for you right now, and try not to get stuck in victimization. Don't see yourself as being victimized by others or by your circumstances or your situations, even though the ego is projecting that illusion, that smoke screen, that cloud, that you're stuck, that you are limited by whatever means it's trying to convince you. Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. You are divinity embodied fully, and everything that is around you that you cannot see, or everything that appears to be something else other than that, is not. But what it is that same divinity, fully alive and shining bright. And so we have to use our hearts, the compassion in our hearts, to discern the truth in every situation, and to discern the love of God's presence with us and our angels. We have to do that. And I just see them all standing around us and showing and waiting for us to just drop everything into the basket. They're showing me a basket. They got a big basket and they're just waiting for you to dump. So think of this as a cleanup week, or a cleanup period in your life. And you're going to throw out everything that doesn't work for you anymore. And this time you're not going to hold on to it. You're not going to, as you go through, you're not going to say, oh, I had such great times with this. You just totally detach and throw it away. Knowing that everything you're going to let go of, there's something better, brighter, and more beautiful than what you had before. No matter how if it's a relationship with someone who you just can't let go of because whatever they mean to you, even though you're suffering, you're going to let it go because it's bigger and better and more beautiful waiting for you. All right, let's take a look at the cards as I try to keep awareness of time, but the information just so important. In the card here, we have the Archangel Gabriel, and the card is nurture. So this is, the card says, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important right now. Okay. So this is kind of speaking to what I was just talking about in a way. That inner work that's needing to be done, that's coming up. And this card is so important because it also shows the support of angels around you, as they've been showing me in the last few weeks of our readings. I've been seeing all these beings around us and surrounding us. And so just know that you're being nurtured as you take this time now to nurture your own inner child. And also, let's not forget about children. We've been talking about this as well. So let's pay attention to how we nurture children in our communities. Any child that you are in contact with, whether they're your own or whether they're your family members or neighbors or someone at your school or your job or wherever, let's pay attention to how we're nurturing children, as this will be information for you that may help you to get some clarity about where you're stuck. And as you give love to that child and you nurture them, it's like reparenting yourself, and you're showing yourself the wisdom that you have grown up, that you're no longer that child frozen in that moment of time who was wounded and felt victimized. And you're showing that inner child that you are strong and that you are caring and compassionate and have a broader perspective, understanding that you, in the act of nurturing another child, that you're showing your inner child that you can take care of it now, and they can let go and release those wounds and those fears of the past. Let me just tune in to see if there's anything else that the Archangel Gabriel is just showing us as a message here. And really, she's just saying it's just going to be an opportunity for us. And I felt like some things may be coming up during your dream time. I don't know why, I just saw a bedroom and a window behind the bed, or almost like a portrait, actually. So symbolically, this is representing, for me, just straight off, it's kind of like, you know, things will be coming up maybe during your dream time where you may get a deeper perspective, see the bigger picture, or get a clearer picture through your dreams, so pay attention to them. All right, let's take a look at the next card. And the card says answered prayer. So at the beginning of the week, and this angel is just standing in this pool of water, and it is illuminated, and she's just praying. So there's a sense that the angels are, the message here is that they're hearing your prayers. I know some of you have expressed that you're not feeling as though things are moving along. Some people left comments. And we had the Archangel Sandalphone last week that was reassuring us that our prayers are being answered. And so right now, the angels are just really letting us know that prayers are being answered. Let me just tune into this card and just see what else we see. So there's a sense that we just need to pay attention to stay in a state of awareness. There are opportunities that are coming, but we have to stay aware, is what they're saying. It's very difficult. They're saying when you feel vulnerable, you get kind of lost. They're showing me almost like this, like weeds, vines, kind of strangling you and choking your physical being, and you kind of feel tied down and you feel restricted. And they're saying it's not easy to hear the answers, or to recognize the answers when you allow yourself to get bogged down in the lower frequency of feeling victimized. And so they're really asking you to stay open, to stay consciously aware. And that means to choose your source alignment. So in every situation, you should be asking, what is my alignment with source right now? And you'll know when you're feeling negatively, that's your inner GPS telling you that where you are right now, what you're thinking about or what you're focused on is not in alignment with your soul's truth. And so we need to go within and to connect in with that broader perspective of consciousness so that the answers just flow in. Just flow in, and you'll begin to recognize, and you'll feel the nurturing, and recognize these signs of answered prayer. They're all around you right now. So prayers are never really coming towards us. They're already there. We just have to put ourselves in the right state of a mind and awareness in order to be able to receive, recognize first, and then receive them. And, you know, a lot of times we're looking for things that maybe like something's showing up at our door, and that can happen. But most often, it's the guidance that you've been looking for that will give you the clarity of action that you need to take. And so we need to keep our minds clear and pure. So we need to declutter the mind so that we can always hear those prayers that are being offered to us. And this reminds me just that this pool here is like the sea of oneness, where everything is in a harmonious vibration, and everyone at that higher conscious level, which we all have our higher selves, lives in this state of oneness like this angel, and is clearly hearing and seeing and knowing, experiencing all of that she has been calling forth through the knowingness of her being and her divinity. And it is just a matter of choosing the highest vibration of opportunity for yourself, choosing the highest ideals and thoughts for yourself, and then allowing yourself to experience them through the action, through the receiving. Let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. Okay, and the card is retreat. Okay, so we had a sense of this last week that we need to just kind of back away from all the pushing and the resistance and allow ourselves to just receive. So this card here, the angel is just allowing herself to, she's got her hands up in one direction. And, you know, because it's facing that card, it's kind of interesting that she, right now, to me, she's not looking. It's almost like she's just trusting and taking a step back, and that I'm drawn by the river, the little stream in the background that's kind of like pouring like a little mini waterfall, which is about just allowing the flow. And she's trusting, and she's not looking in the direction where she has her hands. I can't see clearly, but it's almost like she does. She has her eyes closed, and she's just receiving, knowing that she's going to receive blessings and trusting what they're going to be for her. And what she knows that the most important thing is to keep herself open, and just allow everything to flow in, you know. So she's not looking for specifics. She's going for that general feeling, and that the white that she's wearing is a symbol of purity and innocence, being just like a little child, and being in awe and surprised and receptive of whatever new things are offered to us, all the experiences that the world offers us, you know, when you're a child, and just little things just completely mesmerized you, and you were taken with it. And so we need to be like a little child. There's a theme here this week of working with our inner child, that we kind of need to go back into some of those ways of our innocence. And I'm reminded of, you know, Jesus' answer to Nicodemus, that you must be like a little child in order to enter the kingdom of heaven. And so that whole, a child is fearless. A child is easily open to and receptive, and they give easily, and everything comes from a very honest place. There's no maliciousness or agenda, quote unquote, involved. They are just open to experience of giving and receiving. And that's what we need to do, is put ourselves in that space, in that place. Let's take a look at the next card. Interesting, because I did see the word love when I was shuffling this deck of cards. Okay, so we have the romance for the weekend here. So, okay, what I would definitely say here is that this is a time for us to really love life itself, to love ourselves, to you know, make a date, treat yourself. You know, everything that you would do for someone else, let's give this to ourselves right now. So to go in line with what's been said here in the messages about receiving and knowing prayers are answered, put yourself in the vibration of love, of romance with yourself, so that you can attract romance, so that you can attract all of your desires and passions. I mean, romance is just not connected to a love relationship. Life is supposed to be a romance itself. Our lives in connection with God is a divine romance, and how we're blessed is through the trust of that divine romance. You know, we have to have trust. I was researching things and putting things on my Facebook page about different topics, and it was very interesting when I was researching trust and just the images and all the sayings that have limitations or boundaries when it comes to trust. This kind of ideal of trust is going to create blocks in your life. It's going to keep you out of alignment with your answered prayers. You have to be like your little child. We have to regain the innocence of our little child and retain the wisdom of our adulthood. We're here to meld these together, and we cannot lose our innocence, which means lose our purity, which means to then become tainted and cynical and not have trust in ourselves, because trust is a two-way street. Everything's a two-way street. What you offer is what you receive, and this is what the law of attraction is all about. And so we really need to allow ourselves to trust no matter what. And if we put our trust first in the alignment of God, then here, this trust is never broken, can never be severed. It is eternal, and it is freely offered to us without conditions. And once we learn and create a bond of trust there, that bond will then transfer into all areas of our lives, and we will begin to have a vibration of trust. And around that vibration of trust, we will attract people and consciousness in others that are trusting on the same level, and we will never have to doubt that trust. But because we're human, things happen, but you'll be able to see the perfection in the imperfection of another, and through compassion be able to reinforce that trust within yourself first, because that's where it's always coming from. Remember at the beginning, this is not about other people. When you make things about other people, that's where the ego gets in, and that's where the frequency lowers, and then that's where you find yourself experiencing things that are not bringing you joy. So you have to stay with your alignment. I'm encouraging every one of us to make the choice to be bold and to confirm our willingness to really have a strong conviction about seeing others seeing in others their divinity, and holding that and fixing that until you are able to receive it, to not give up on that, to not give up on allowing the truth to come through, to find this clarity in one another in all situations. There is nothing that is not loving. We just have to make sure that we're not seeing things through the wrong lens, a perspective. We can't, when you see through the ego, you're choosing to limit your consciousness of the truth. So this is then, really get into, they've given us some answers here about even, how to receive prayers, how to nurture and to bring romance back into your life, to regain your innocence of your divinity, because that innocence, the child comes from the divinity, and then to integrate this with the wisdom of life experience here and adulthood, and to merge and create for yourself, to create a trust, to retreat from that outward experience of the world and understanding, and retreat into the wisdom of your inner being and your divinity, so that the world will transform and you will see all around you support of your angels. You'll see the angels in everyone else around you. You'll see the angels in your job situation, and you'll see the prayers and the blessings, and you'll feel a powerful romance with your life, and you'll feel a powerful romance in your relationships, friendships, lovers, etc., partners. It will all come together as we align with our truth. And as I've been saying in videos, the question should always be, first and foremost, what is my soul's alignment in this situation? Because once you put your attention to soul alignment, you are no longer focused on ego, victimization, and all whatever else, that the limitation, the lack of this. You are now focused on a different vibration, and by law of attraction, it must increase. It must come back to you. Let's just take a quick look at what's at the bottom of the cards. spend too much time, but this always tells us what's at the bottom of the situation. Okay, and so at the bottom of this card, the card says listening. Okay, so this week what we really need to do, and you can see that this woman is really, the angel, the guardian angel or archangel is very tall, and she is looking up to him. She really trusts him and has a connection with him. So listen very carefully this week to your angels, is what the message is behind this card. And this is what is at the bottom of everything. So make sure you listen to your angels very carefully. And at the bottom of the Archangel card deck is the card Take Back Your Power. The Archangel Raziel, we've had him before at the bottom of the deck, and it says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So as we're listening to the angels and their guidance, they can keep us on, that's their purpose, to keep us in alignment with God. They bring us, that's what their name means, messengers of God. So let's listen to our angels and receive our blessings and manifest blessings into our lives. And let's let go of all that inner child struggle, drama, wounds. You are ready to shift into the next level of awareness and existence for yourself. And so I send you so much love and so much peace from God and the angels, and to one another I send you peace and healing and awareness of your truth and the peace and love of God. And so if you're looking for any assistance or counsel, mentoring, then you may contact me at theangelschool.com on the services page or on Facebook, and I will be happy to set up an appointment with you. Had some really interesting readings this week, and all of you are such a blessing, and everything that you're trying to do, just remember to trust who you are. And so I send you lots of love and peace, and also remember to join us on our Facebook page. In the next week or so, I'm going to have an offer for those of you who have been liking my Facebook page for readings. So stay tuned to find out what that is, as well as I'm also writing, trying to write throughout the week. I would like to eventually do it daily, but right now I'm doing different things that will give us further guidance about this week's reading. So join us there. Subscribe to my YouTube page so you're always kept up with what's going on, and like me on Facebook, and see what some little gifts may be available to you in terms of promotional offers for readings. All right, so until next week, God bless you all.